Hi, so on the IDX's forum, RUC83 asked the following question. I have created a number of checkboxes. Each of them should have a designated value when checked or when not checked. I later want to sum up the values of those which are checked and so on. Is there any way to make it work? So let's see how we can do that. So here's a little InDesign document. Let's build it from scratch. I'm going to add 3 checkboxes first of all. So let's just do that with a rectangle tool. This is going to be 1, make it a square, and we also will give it some sort of a label, and let's use impact for the font, impact. There we go. Okay, so this is, we're going to call it widget A, and its price is $1. Okay. Then, and this is going to be now, so this is going to be a checkbox. Sorry, the alignment got a bit wrong there. Let's turn it into a checkbox. And I do like to make labels, even if they're static labels, I like to make them text fields and make them read-only, and that way the size of the font and the alignment and everything is all set by Acrobat, and it fits kind of better. So this is going to be the first row. I don't think we need it quite so long, and let's give the checkbox some sort of a border here. Doesn't matter so much what it looks like in InDesign, because FormMaker will be converting it to proper Acrobat checkboxes. Just make the stroke inside so that things align properly. Good. And let's call this CB1. We're going to have 3 of them, so CB1 is the name. And let's just duplicate that. Drag here and drag here. And this is going to be widget B. It's going to cost $2. And this is going to be widget C, and it will cost $4. Just for the sake of it, we're going to try and align all of these frames vertically. Obviously, better to use object styles if you're going to be doing a lot of this, but that's not relevant right now. Okay, so we've got these 3 things, and now what I want to do is add a total field. Let's just copy something here. Oops. Oh, just a second. And align it. Good. And we'll call this total. Let's align it to the right. And this is a text field again. I prefer to use text fields. And then the actual total will be aligned to the left. Fine. So we're just building the InDesign document like this. Now this is a text field and it is read-only. Text field read-only, and all of these are also read-only. And the checkboxes, so this is CB1, this should be CB2, and it is. InDesign does that automatically. And this is CB3. Now let's set their values. So CB1, the button value is 1. CB2, the button value is 2. And CB3, the button value, will make it 4. Great. And this field, we'll call it total, just so that we can refer to it. So far so good. We've got a kind of a document set up here with a total and with everything we need. Now we need to start adding scripts. So now is the time to run FormMaker in InDesign. So just double click to run it from the scripts panel. Great. So the first thing we need to do, I think what we're going to do is that when somebody clicks one of the checkboxes, it will run a function to update the text, the total fields. So what we're going to do is select this checkbox, go to the actions, and run a JavaScript on mouse up. So let's edit that JavaScript. Now, I don't want to put the whole function into each of these checkboxes. It seems wasteful. So I'm just going to call a document script. It's a more efficient way of working. So I'm going to create later a function which I will call update total. So I'm just going to run that function. Just zoom in a little bit so you can see that a bit better. All I'm doing is typing update total with parentheses to run this function. That's very, very straightforward. And let me copy that. Copy. Okay. So that's applied to that. I'll do the same here. Actions, mouse up, edit, paste. Okay. Actions, mouse up, edit, paste. Okay. Great. Now, all we need to do is create a document script. So we can call it whatever we want. Update the total. This over here, the script name of this document script does not need to be the name of the function. It's just a name of the script. The function will have to be, oops, sorry, add. The function will be here. We're going to type the function here. So let me zoom in a little bit, not so much. To be honest, I don't like writing functions in this little box. It's ridiculous. So I'm going to write the function in just a text editor here. Okay? So we're going to call the function, I think we called it update total. So we're going to define a function update total. Great. And now we need to create some variables. I think it's better to make it more flexible. We're going to make an array of variables. So we're going to make an array called the checkboxes. I mean, we'll need a looping variable. We'll need a total variable. And if we need anything else, then I will go ahead and add that to the var. Now, so the checkboxes, we called them CB1, CB2, and CB3. That's fine. Now, let's loop through all of those. Oh, the checkboxes, and let's also create a variable just called a box, so we can deal with them one at a time. So let's loop through all the checkboxes for I equals 0, I is smaller than the checkbox array length, and I plus 1, plus plus. Okay, and now we're going to say, just for just to make it easier, we're going to call a box the checkbox of I. So just a simple loop assigning the variable a box to each checkbox in turn. Now, before the loop, we want to set the total to be 0. Okay. And now we want to see, is the checkbox checked? So the command for that is if a box is box checked. That's the Acrobat script command. And you have to put in the widget number, which will always be 0 if there's only one widget. If a box is box checked. If it's not checked, we're not going to add the total. Then the total plus equals, that means the total equals the total plus a box value. Just to be on the safe side, make sure that the value is a number. I'm going to wrap it into a number. Make sure that it's a number like that. Great. And close that if. Close the loop. And now total should add up to the value of all these boxes. And now the final line is to put into the total field the total. So this is how you find a field. Get field total. I think we had a capital T. The capitalization is important here. Value equals total. That's all we need to do. But a box, a checkbox of I, just remember this is obviously wrong. We have to do the same thing here. A box is this. That means the Acrobat document, the PDF. This stands for the PDF. Get field, find the field that is called the checkbox of I, which will first time be CB1, then CB2, CB3. Okay, that's the correct. So I think that should work. That function should work. Let's select it all, copy, go back to InDesign, paste it in. Okay, great. So this looks, I think it's good. Now, what I do want to do is I want to make the font size auto for all of these things. So here it is, auto and auto, auto. In other words, make the font as big as it can be. Font size auto, also here auto, just to make things a bit aesthetic. The total should also be auto. and the total number should also be auto. Okay, let's try see if that works. Create interactive PDF. If this is the first time you're exporting this document, it's usually a good idea to display the exports. Okay, the path is okay, untitled 2, fine, okay. All of this seems fine. Make sure the range is correct. Sometimes you've got the range from a different document, and this document, like your range was 1 to 10, and this document only has 5 pages, you'll get an error. So make sure that we're just doing all here, everything's fine. View after exporting, export, let's see what happens. So this is the document, and I'm going to run FormMaker. Okay, so we've got widget A, B, and C, and if I check them, so when I check 1, they want to order widget A, and that's $1. If they also want to order widget 2, then it's $3. Widget 4, 7. Let's say they don't want widget B, it's back down to 5. So that seems to work. So that is the way that you would cause checkbox values to add up. What's flexible, what's easy about the system is because we've used a loop here. If you need to add more checkboxes, just add them to the array here, CB4, CB, whatever, doesn't matter, whatever the name is, you can have any name, and it will add up all of those checkboxes. So I hope you found that useful, and it's the way to program a field that will automatically add up checkboxes in Acrobat Forms using FormMaker directly in InDesign. That's it. Thanks very much for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.